Hello and welcome back to another Magic the Gathering draft video. It's Al here with you. This is how to draft MTG. We are jumping into an Arena Cube draft. I am not the strongest cube player out there, but we're doing a little bit of training for the decathlon finals this weekend, which I hope to play in. There are folks sleeping in the house right now. That's why I'm talking a little bit quieter. This is the what do you call the ASMR quiet version of the video. So here we go. Let's jump in. As I recall last time around, red aggro and white aggro were pretty darn solid, reliable options if that's what you were into, if you can pick up the right cards. So those might be a path we go down. Generally in this cube, I'm looking to take just the really, really best of the best cards first, to try and find the lane that way, because there are just a handful of cards that are just better than anything else. There's a bunch of new additions since I've last played this cube, this being one of them. You may cast from your graveyard if another creature died. I'm not a huge into that. Anything that costs more than 4 mana really needs to have a significant impact on the game. 3 mana 2/2 sacks to reanimate. That's kind of cool. Insult injury is fine. You can get it off. It's kind of like a 6-drop in an aggressive deck. I think we might just be taking Llanowar Visionary here as a little piece of ramp. Gets through our deck. 3 is a little bit expensive. But like a card like Skewer the Critics or Lava Coil, I'm not super interested in taking this early on. So yeah, a couple of Reanimator pieces in here. A top end for a white deck, although you need to play more creatures after this resolves to have it do anything. And this card I don't recall ever being good. Beginning of your end, draw a card if your life total is greater, otherwise gain 2 and scry 1. Right, so they buff this a little bit. Still kind of a nothing card. But anyhow, Llanowar Visionary is our first pick. Not married to it by any means. Alright. History Benalia is solid in the white aggressive deck, I would think. But probably not amazing. Couple of 2/2s, decent, and then a little pump ability in the end. Thassa, I imagine, can spawn a bunch of different archetypes on her own. You get to blink stuff, so that's kind of interesting. Torrential Gearhulk is just a really good control win condition. Dragmaster Outcast, just a medium red threat. Vraska, not super important, I don't think. Green-white command, probably not. The other card I'm looking at is Clarion Spirit, which seems pretty nice to me in like a white aggro deck. We do have a piece of ramp, which makes me kind of want to play Torrential Gearhulk, though. This is best with instant sorceries, obviously. It's also, this Llanowar Visionary Thassa is pretty good. Just drawing you an extra card every turn. Thassa is kind of cool. I could see just sort of taking that, trying to make that happen. There's a Languish and a bunch of other medium stuff. I think I'm going to take the Thassa. I feel like it has the highest upside and is one of the more unique effects available in this pack. And also part of Cube is not to be the spikiest all the time, although I'm pretty spiky. Feel free to just pick cards you think are cool and have fun, right? Doesn't have to be a super serious thing. Ooh, man, there's some good choices here. So Uvenwald Hydra is a solid card to power out. It's really good in like Field of the Dead type decks where you have a lot of utility lands. I really like Multiple Choice quite a bit as well. This is a big effect for 5 mana, but there's a Lurrus in the cube, and I would love to try to make that work. I don't know how good Lurrus is in this cube. I don't really recall it being pretty sweet in the past. I haven't seen anything go by yet that works particularly well with it. Obviously, we'd have to cut both of these to make Lurrus happen. So this could be a little bit spewy, but it's pretty early in the draft. And if people are going to pass us Lurrus, then that probably means that they aren't going to be taking cards that pair well with it necessarily. So we're going to take it, and we'll see. If we don't see anything that pairs well with it, then we won't take, won't invest too heavily in it. But I think it could be pretty sweet. But we did pass a Multiple Choice there, which would have been a nice pairing with our ramp piece. And we have a blue card we're interested in playing. All right. Luminarch Aspirant, not exactly what you're looking for with Lurrus, but it is a 2-drop, and it does scale reasonably well with the game. There's a Lay Claim, which is nice to ramp into. cycles away if you don't need it. And there's a Thassa's Oracle, which can win you the game with, I guess, trying to think of what's the combo piece with this. I don't think that's on Arena, though. So I'm tempted to just try to play into this Lurrus a little bit. So I'm going to take the Aspirin here. If we wanted to sort of keep diving down the Thassa lane, we could take Lay Claim, which is not explicitly good with Thassa, but it is, it is down that lane. But I really do like the potential of having a very synergy-heavy Lurrus deck. That seems pretty darn cool to me. So I'm going to try that. And I think Weaponize the Monsters is maybe the card that goes well there. It's not on color, but it does let you turn your creatures into damage, and then you get them right back. So that's kind of attractive to me. Also, this can represent just game over for your opponent if you've got 3 creatures in play. Maybe they're on low life, Other cards, this card's pretty messed up. Witch of the Moors. If you gained life, each opponent sacks a creature, and you return a creature to your hand from your graveyard. That's really, really good. Siege Gang Commander, nice top end for a red aggressive deck. But like I said, I'm gonna continue to try this Lurrus thing. Maybe this backfires horribly, and we don't get there, but we're gonna give it a shot. But those are some other cards I do like a lot in that pack. Jace. So this with Thassa's Oracle, you could mill yourself and potentially. I guess Jace just kind of does that anyways, though. So that doesn't really make any sense. So it has to be, each permanent card. So we couldn't play something like Chandra if we were going to try and companion Lurrus. We could play Soulscar Mage, which is a solid one, or Dragonkin Berserker, another solid one. Elvish Reclaimer, not really that impressive, I don't think. We could also just take Foul Plays, which is a nice removal spell. It's on color with Lurrus. It's not a creature. I think I'm going to go with that. None of these red cards are really all that enticing to play with Lurrus. They're good on their own, though. So again, if we wanted to not hit the Lurrus hammer as hard as I'm trying to, then we might take one of them. I think we'd take Doomscar here, probably, right? We need ways to get Lurrus back from the dead. So we'll try and figure that out. Thraben Spectre is pretty good with Lurrus as well. It's got a nice ETB ability. But I'm assuming there's going to be times when we need to just kill a lot of things. And this does that. What does this do? Makes pests. And I'm assuming this kind of cheats the Lurrus rule in terms of the front side cost 1. I'm going to take the Doomscar here as it's a more unique effect, I think. We're also somewhat interested in that Triome land as well. But the Thraben Inspector could be the correct choice as well. Okay, so looking like we want to play red, not necessarily on black, but probably with Lurrus. So Banefire makes some amount of sense as a catch-all removal spell, although it's not that efficient or good. We could pick up an Inspired Vantage. Enters tapped unless you control 2 or fewer lands. That's not bad. Or, take a blue card. It's still not out of the question to play Thassa with... Or yes, it is, but it's not out of the question to play blue with Lurrus, but I think we'll take the dual land there. I think we're quite likely to rock it. And having mana fixing is pretty nice. Okay, Blood for Bones is pretty important, I think. So you have to sack something. You get something graveyard to play and creature to your hand. So Doom Necromancer would be good, except that Lurrus prevents us from playing it. Skewer would be also decent as it's a spell, but I think we want to prioritize ways to reanimate Lurrus, since we're pretty heavily basing our deck around it. Languish comes back around. Blood Chief's Thirst. So we're seeing some good black late. Either of these are good pickups for us, I think. We're not super interested in sweepers because we don't want to kill our own Lurrus, but if we have ways to get it back. Also, there will be games when the opponent just curves out on us and we just need to kill all their stuff before we can actually start getting going with with Lurrus, so let's try that. And I think Mayhem Devil fits pretty well into what's happening here. A black-red sack action with weaponized monsters. So we're looking for other ways to sacrifice our own stuff. I think I'm going to put the Visionary and the Thassa away. It looks like we're pretty invested in this archetype at this point. Weird that multiple choice came around. Maybe this is not as powerful as it looks to me. A bunch of blue coming around, actually. I think we'll pick up a Temple here. It's possible we want to splash something in blue. Keep our options open there. Malkur Rebirth. It's a good way of protecting our Lurrus once it's in play. I like that, and it doubles as a land if we need. Unfortunately, the Chart a Course deck with Curiosity and whatever that white-blue enchantment is, I can't think of the name, Staggering Insight. Unfortunately, those aren't in the cube, so that deck's not available. That's a deck that I like quite a bit. All right, got some bangers in this pack here. Sublime Epiphany is one of the best cards in the cube as far as I'm aware. And we did pick up a Dragonkin Berserker, which is probably good enough to just run as a 2-drop. Like Grim Lavamancer, a reasonable amount, as a 1-drop. Battlecry Goblin's another good one. We need to be a bit more aggressive to really make that work, but that could be good. Maze Mind Tome. Probably won't need this, but we could get it back off of Lurrus, which is kind of nice. A lot of options here. Doom Foretold we can't play. So the thing about drafting Lurrus is it makes things easy in the sense that you know what you can and can't do. I think we'll play Grim Lavamancer here. There's Unburial Rites as well, which is interesting. But I mean, Blood for Bones came back. Maybe that'll come back as well. And we already have, one copy of that effect. But we're seeing a lot of Wraths this draft. I think I'm in for Settle, though. This is great because it doesn't kill our Lurrus. Seems good to me. Thoughtseize is another option for us, of course. We do have 3 Wraths once we pick up the Settle, but we could potentially not play something like Languish if we wanted to skew our mana base a little bit more towards white. So I think that's worth taking. But I am pretty interested in Thoughtseize as well. I think it's kind of close. But I mean, all the best cards in the cube for the most part are creatures anyways, so yeah, that makes sense to me. And can't play this. What does this do? Okay, yeah. Okay, Blood Artist, probably what we want for our little sacrificey deck. I just wonder if I'm prioritizing. You guys can let me know in the comments. By the way, please do post comments with your questions and your comments, and like and subscribe if you dig what we're doing here. I think Blood Artist fits the theme. I'm just wondering if I'm prioritizing Wraths a little bit too heavily in a deck that ostensibly does want to have a bunch of creatures in play. But I think if this deck is going to be good, Blood Artist is going to be a piece of that. Village Rites we might get on the wheel, which would play pretty well. What we're trying to do here. Chaos does work for us. Inscription of Ruin. Return target creature with mana value 2 less. That doesn't work with Lurrus. Destroy mana 3 or less. I don't know. Beginning of your end step, if you control no creatures decayed, you make it decayed. It's decent with Weaponize. I feel like we can get that back later, though. I think we just take Chaos here as a CMC 1, or mana value, I should say, 1 creature that scales up with the game. So this actually acts as like a 5-drop for us if we need it to. There's also a creature land here. Always decent to have those. Field of the Dead was one of my favorite standard decks, but I haven't had much success with it in the previous cube iterations with Golos and the like. So I think McKay is a pretty easy pickup there for us. And what else we got here? Mind Stone works with Lurrus. It does ramp us, which is decent. We could pick up some more red-white mana fixing, which would also be good for us. Stitcher's Supplier. I'm hoping we could just wheel this. This would be good in our deck. Just put a little food in the graveyard for us. I think it's realistic to get this back. So I think we take Mind Stone. Because I don't think we wheel Mind Stone. And then if we don't wheel Supplier, maybe we wheel Sacred Foundry? Or do we just take Sacred Foundry for the mana? I think I'm actually going to take Sacred Foundry for the mana because we really are trying to play some red cards here. And maybe I'd be too greedy. Even though Mind Stone is pretty sweet with Lurrus, I think we do need to maybe not be quite that greedy. Okay, Inquisition's nice. Helix we can certainly play with our mana base. Disfigure's nice. A lot of nice cards in here for us. Can't play that one. Can't play that. So I think it's between Inquisition. I guess we're taking a removal spell this game. Or this pack, right? Alright, I'll take an Inquisition. I think this is an Inquisition deck. And another creature that comes down early and scales with the game. I like to see that. It's also Null Priest of Oblivion. Ooh, this gets back Lurrus if we have 6 mana. That's cute. And itself comes back. Ooh, that's tough. That is tough. We don't know if we're getting that. I think I want the Knight. I don't know why, other than this just puts a lot of pressure on the opponent, and the Null Priest is still a little bit on the slow side from my vantage point here, but that's close. And that could be one that we don't feel great about. Man, a lot of Wraths in the cube, eh? Could take a Burn down the house. We could take a Crush the Weak. That's more of a sideboard card. I don't take Burn. I don't think we're playing it though. Okay, Unbearable Rights came back, so I don't feel as bad. So did Mazemind Tome. So if we wanted to get grindy, we could. Unbearable Rights costing 5 is a little gross to get back a Lurrus. I don't love that. Yeah, I think I'm down for the Tome. Call me crazy. A little card advantage. Why not? Here I am saying how happy I am to see Unbearable Rights. Don't even take it. Who is this guy? Who does this guy think he is? Okay, we can't play any of these cards, so we're going to take Goblin Banneret and not speak of that pack again. Hopefully. Okay, Village Rites comes back. I think that's clearly on theme with what we're trying to do here. Creature Land, love it. Stitcher's Supplier, love it. Fight with Fire is totally serviceable here. I think it's better than the Berserker, right? Or the Daredevil, or whatever that is. I think we need removal. Field of Ruin. I don't know what that does. You can't get lands back off this thing anyways. Okay. Lolth, this card is busted. Don't want to see that on the other side of the battlefield. Okay, we got Shatterspell Smashing if we want to smash. Grim Initiate's pretty good at getting sacrificed. This is pack 3, eh? Yeah. So I guess we take the Smashing here. I think we'll wheel the Initiate. And the Smashing taking a land slot's pretty nice. We could also take Dragon Skull Summit, actually. Ooh, this is another situation where... Actually, I think we just need to take the Fixing, yeah. Because we are... unfortunately... Oh, it does work with Sacred Foundry, which is nice. Yeah, we're in a spot where we're pretty clearly 3 colors. So, yeah, maybe we should just take the dual land, eh? Alright. All See It is good. This protects Lurrus, and we can get it back. Infernal Grasp is a good removal spell. Chainer's Edict is good with the Stitcher's Supplier. Royal Eruption's removal. I think we're doing okay on the removal front. And I feel we might wheel something. There's also a Cliff Chopper Tree. We're pretty good for white-red duel. So I think All See It makes a lot of sense here. Protects the Lurrus. And we go from there. Alright. Another duel if we want it. Aether Sphere Harvester we can't play. Valky. So this is another one where I think because of the front side we can actually run it and it can come down as a 7. And I think we're going to take it. Seems very powerful. Especially in a deck like ours that can't play. Although we do have a pretty good top end here with our Wraths, but I think I like it. Yeah. Would also be interested in this black-white duel. Vraska's Contempt, also decent. I think one of those is going to come back to us. Remorseful Cleric. It's a 2-drop. Good stats. Could take a slow dual land here. Don't hate that. How are we doing for creatures? 11. That's not bad. We've seen some good amount of duels go by. How much do we care about Remorseful Cleric? Really not that much, I don't think. So I think we'll take the duel, even though it's not a very good one. Ooh, yeah. Wish we could play this one, but we can't. Okay. Blood Crypt is a good card for our deck, yeah. Acquisitions Expert is, yeah, solid. Ravenous Rats type card. Gifted Aetherborn's a bit tough on the mana, but fits what we're trying to do. Poison the Cup. Destroy target creature. 3 mana. We're a little light on that type of effect. Maybe we just pick that up here. Doesn't destroy planeswalkers, but okay, well good, I clicked in time. So that's nice. Unfortunately can't play Elspeth's Nightmare. That card is pretty unfair. Dancing Sword. Sure. I don't know. It was pretty busted in AFR, but I think we just take Fatal Push here. Especially because we're trying to sacrifice our own stuff. That's one thing we don't really have access to is like a straight up sack outlet, eh? I guess we just have Weaponize. We just have Weaponize. We got some ways to sack. We have Village Rights. But yeah, we don't have like... I don't have a free way to sack. It's like something like Woe Strider we can't actually play. Okay, Earthshaker, Kenra, or nothing. I guess we'll just take Cave of the Frost Dragon. I don't know how many of these we can afford to run. This deck could be a complete disaster, by the way. Hopefully that's not the case. Ooh, okay, what does this do? When this dies, draft a card. That seems good. And Kolgan's Command. Return target creature. 2 damage to any target. That's got to be the card for us. I would like to take this Cursebound Witch, though. Ooh, it's got gives the oven. It gives the cat. Yo, those are good cards. Yo, I want that. Well, we didn't get it. I think Kolgan's Command is pretty good, though. I'll take Initiate here. Man, if we last pick that Witch, I'm going to do a little dance, I think. Chainer's Edict. Not great, but sure. Not much for us here. I guess we could splash Prismari Command, but on what land, I'm not sure. Thief of Sanity, can't play it. Kazul's Fury, sack a creature to deal damage. Or we take a Temple or a Mana Fixer. I think, yeah, we want the Mana Fixer. Although, Kazul's Fury, not bad. So, I mean, we kind of forced it here, but sometimes that's what you do in Cube, because it's fun. That Witch, though, that one's gonna haunt me. That gives you a lot of cards that our deck actually does want. Anyways, we did what we did. Let's see what we can do with this little pile here. Right. So we're playing 17 lands at the moment. I mean, this is a deck that's going to want to hit its land drops. We do have some cards that... and we didn't get back that Reanimator creature either, did we? We do have some cards that, even though they're cheap, they do want us to invest mana in them. Being Knight, Alcea to an extent, Weaponize, Mikaeus, Grim Lavamancer, the Tome. There's a lot of Yeah, even this guy, if he makes our deck, there's a lot of spend mana to do things in this deck. So, oh, we can't play Mayhem Devil. I'm so dumb. Why did I pick this card? I don't think I took it over anything important. But for anybody who's yelling at the screen at that moment in time, you are validated. Okay, we have a lot of Wraths. So I'm going to cut the one that costs 2 red. How dumb is that? I mean, this also doubles as, like, give us 3 things to sack to weaponize, which is pretty cool. I think modality is pretty nice. We don't have any... we do have some double black. I mean, our mana's going to be pretty good, though. Also, like, that's pretty good. Getting 3 dudes is pretty good with Mikaeus. It's pretty good with Blood Artist. A lot of reasons to want the 3 dudes. I think I'm talking myself into playing Burn Down the House. So we're cutting either Languish or Doomscar, I guess. Probably Languish, because then we can slant our mana a little bit better. Be more of a black-based deck. Or, sorry, a white. What am I talking about here? We're more black than white. So are we supposed to cut Settle? That can't be right. Or can it? I guess Settle's not maybe the best for this deck. Now that I'm thinking about it. I mean, it doesn't kill our own stuff, but like... We're not really about holding up mana, are we? Or are we? We have some instant speed stuff. Do we? Not very much. Cold Against Command, Poison the Cup. This is what makes Cube so difficult for me, is the deck building alongside the drafting, which is also tough. We do have some stuff we can do at instant speed. Grim Lavamancer being one. Alseid, Maze Mine Tomb. I'm kind of happy we picked that up. Yeah, like a Witch's Oven would be sick. I don't even know if that's in the cube, though. I mean, the other thing about Languish is it doesn't kill big stuff, and that's what we're going to have a big problem with is big creatures. So maybe we do just cut the Languish, even though the mana looks a little bit awkward. Okay, so we're cutting Languish, and obviously we don't have anything greater than 2 mana. I think Dragonkin Berserker is going to make it. It's a threat on its own, and it's good in the late game. And that's what we want. In a deck like this, we want early creatures that are good late. Valky is one of those. All these cards. Well, Luminarch Aspirant isn't, actually. That doesn't... It's a nice threat, though, to just, like, pressure them. We only got 10 creatures, so we're probably just playing all our creatures. Malakor Rebirth is kind of a land. Yes. So maybe we just cut a land. We have a lot of stuff that's already kind of coming into play tapped, though, which I don't love. Poison Cup's a little clunky. Yeah, maybe we just cut a land. Stitcher Supplier also kind of just whatever. It's cool. Like, we don't want to do it too many times. It's going to be... It mills us for 6 on its own, assuming it dies. And if it mills... Well, I guess we can't think of it milling over, like, our only way to get back Lurrus. But that could happen. Is this our only way to get back Lurrus? No, well, kind of, yeah. Malakor Rebirth is another way to do that. Okay. Let me deliberate. I'm also going to work on the mana base, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and here's what we've done. We cut Hive of the Eye Tyrant from the mana base because we don't want to have too many of these lands that come into play tapped. If you have a bunch of lands to play, we already have Cave of the Frost Dragon, which I'm interested in playing because it makes a flyer, which is pretty nice. And we might end up cutting it, but that one and Shattered Sanctum are already sort of straining us. This one... These are so confusing. Comes into play tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands. So this is good if you're later. This is good if you're earlier. So we don't want to have too many of these. This one is the one that wants you to be 2 or fewer. Right. Okay. Man, these are so confusing. So Inspiring Vantage wants to be early. Cave wants to be early. We don't want to have too many of these lands. They want to be early. All right. So that's why we cut that. I wanted to go down to 16, but I was looking at our mana base, and I just think it's too irresponsible given the amount of color requirements we have in the deck. So we ended up adding a mountain, I think, so that we're now at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red sources, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 black, and 4, 5, 6, 7 white. So we're kind of treating this like we're a black-red deck with some white at the top end. So what we ended up doing was cutting Settle the Record, since it's a 4-drop, and replacing it with Languish. And we cut Luminarch Aspirant because it wants to come down in our 2-drop slot. What we'd like is to have the early part of our game be mostly black and red. Mikaeus can be like it's not really a 1-drop, comes down later. And then Alcea is just really good, I think, at any point in the game, especially once we've played Lurrus, so I'm okay having this as well. But this isn't really going to come down until, a little bit later in the game, probably like as a 4 or 5-drop or something like that. So that way our mana looks a lot more reasonable, and I'm actually willing to cut a Plains, I think, to get another swamp in here. Yeah, let's do that. And I think we're going to try it like this. Some stuff, maybe we are supposed to be playing the Aspirant, maybe we're supposed to be playing Chainer's Edict. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments below, but we'll see what this little deck can do here. We'll see you for round 1. Alrighty, opponent goes first. We have nothing going on in the first few turns. We can foretell a Doomscar, which potentially is going to be good enough to buy us back into, catch us up in the game. So I think we're going to keep. If our opponent's on hard control, which appears they might be, then this could be a little bit difficult for us, but we do luck into a 1-drop here, so I don't hate that. Start with our Cave, which does work on turn 1. And next turn will be foretelling Doomscar, I would think. Or Poison the Cup. Okay, yeah, our opponent might be a creature deck. I'd be willing to trade here, I think. Malakir Rebirth in hand for us. We do need black mana, but not right away. We could play this as a red, or we could just sort of delay the decision to play another white land. So I don't think we're casting Rebirth this turn, but I do think we're going to try to get in for 1 damage. So let's get in for 1 damage. And then, yeah, I think what'll happen is Lurrus, we're going to Wrath, and then Lurrus is going to sort of pick up the pieces after the fact. So even if we do end up playing another creature onto the board to sort of get our opponent to extend a little bit further themselves, which they're already doing, yeah, without our help, Lurrus is going to get us back in it. So the only question is, do we wait another turn, or do we just blast them right here? And I mean, if we don't blast them right here, we're taking what, another 6 damage next turn, which is kind of significant. We could play a Grim Initiate, foretell, Poison the Cup, and wait another turn, I guess. I think that's reasonable. The only thing I don't like is they've got blue, which is a little bit scary. If they can hold up a counter spell, then we're really in big trouble. But I think we go one. I think we go one more turn here. See if we can get another couple cards out of their hand. They look like they're pretty eager to put creatures onto the battlefield, so see what we get them to do here. Yeah, they do seem like they're quite... They're also like their mana base doesn't suggest that they're really playing blue. I feel like that Triome is more for... Oh, that's pretty annoying. Exile target player's graveyard, yeah. Oh, yeah, but that's not going to work with... Okay, well, they could have memory lapse, I guess. Let's see. Okay, this does not come into play untapped, but that might be okay. We could Malakir Rebirth. Protection from the color of your choice, so we could... but then we'll lose this to the Cleric when we Wrath. Yeah, I was thinking we could get Grim Initiate through for 1 damage, but... I think we just go for the Wrath. I guess they have like Jawari Disruption or something. Is it worth playing an untapped land to try and play around that? I mean, if the Wrath fails here, we'll probably lose, so it might be. And if the Wrath succeeds, we're probably not going to care too much that our Dragon Skull is coming in tapped, so I guess we'll go for it. So they're more than likely just thinking about whether or not they're going to sack their Cleric. Hopefully that's all they're thinking about. Don't have the counterspell. Alright, they're going to exile our graveyard, which has nothing in it. And we're going to wipe the board. We're going to amass. Okay. So far, things are okay. If we can survive for a little bit here, we can Lurrus them. Inquisition. I mean, it doesn't seem likely that they have something, because they probably would have played it, unless it is truly Jawari Disruption or like a piece of removal. But we have nothing else to do with our mana this turn, so I think we're just going to see what it is. Be useful to know what they have, at least. It could be a piece of interaction, because they wouldn't want to shoot down. Yeah, okay, it was. Oh, jeez. There's a couple of chonkers here. Exile target non-land permanent opponent controls until this leaves the battlefield and then comes back. That's pretty busted. Okay. And they have a Glory Bringer. We have the answer to either one of those. I think we do Companion. We can take a hit for 4 off the Glory Bringer. And then at least Lurrus can come down and get us some value when we get back. Actually, getting back All See would be really good. Okay, Brutal Cathar, going to take down the token. That's cool. Yeah, so I guess we just Lurrus and get back Alseid. We definitely don't want to pass the turn. We don't want that thing to flip. Fatal Push. Mana value 2 or less. The only thing we can't do is Lurrus plus Alseid and hold up Poison the Cup. Could play Malakir Rebirth this turn as a land, just to have access to more mana in the future, but I think having Fatal Push up is also pretty good. So yeah, all right. Let's do the Lurrus thing. Now, if they want to try and target it with their Angel or their Glory Bringer, we at least get to protect it for a turn. We won't get we don't have the mana to sack it and Fatal Push something, which is kind of annoying. But looks like our opponent's having a little bit of trouble with their mana, so they may flip a Brutal Cathar here. Yes, indeed. Ward pay 3. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's got first strike, okay. Alright. Well, we're not killing them anytime soon. I think we just play Grim Initiate and pass. Is this an instant? No. Okay, that's fine. Grim Initiate it is. And we don't want to play 2 spells because that flips back. Yeah, this all makes sense to me. Okay, land. Here we go. G-Bringer. What's up? You may exert this when it attacks. When you do, I think we're just going to kill it before anything happens, right? The only thing is, like, we could wait for it to try to kill something and then fatal push it. Which is kind of cute. It's probably better than using Poison the Cup. It may not exert at all, though. It may just come in for 4. But I guess if they go for the exert, then at least we give them that opportunity. It's really like the best they can do is... And they probably won't go for it here, because the best they can do is kill or I'll see it, really. Or Grim Initiate, which neither of those are very good. So I'm assuming they're not... Yeah, they're not going to go for that. Well, I mean, we could sack All Seed and still get the Fatal Push off. It's probably fine to do since we have nothing else to activate. So let's... yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Does this still work? No, this actually doesn't work. I'm really dumb. Here I am saying this the whole time. This is a 5-drop. This is not going to work. Right. Well, Poison the Cup it is. And Scry, like what we're seeing here. Power player discards a card. I think we want both of these. Yeah, why not? Oh yeah, and Colgans gets back Lurrus. So I was thinking we didn't have another way to do that, but we do. Okay, cool. Guy bumbles his way through Cube Draft. YouTube sensation. Alright. Well, we're going to cast a Weaponize. Can this exile a permanent? Oh my god, that's so good. Alright, well, we can take our Weaponize. And we can kill the angels anyways with the trigger on the stack. So that's fine. Pretty gross, though. Gross card. Cool. Pass it back. And of course, we'll sack the Grim Initiate and the Zombie token it creates, if that's what we're going to do. They are Angel of Inventioning, okay? Fabricate 2, make a couple dudes. Yes. Okay, so to target this, we have to pay 3. But we can Fatal Push it. That might be the best use for Fatal Push, really, at this point. Let's kill this. And I guess one of these. And this. Am I sure? Never been more sure in my life. Too bad we don't get to nab this angel. Alright. Destroy target artifact. Return a creature. 2 damage. Yeah, I think we're just chilling. We do have this cave to get the final points in if we need to do that at some point. 6 mana for the opponent. Opponent goes to attacks. Opponent's going to pass the turn. So now we can just start mowing them with Weaponize, I think. It looks like they don't have anything else. Yeah, they'd have to have 2 interaction spells, and they only have 1 card in their hand that's, yeah, not an interaction spell. So, or not a creature. So, yeah, we're good to go here. Let's take our turn. This is going pretty well. Deck is working as we had hoped. Is any target? It is. So, we might have them dead here. Let's see. Get in there with Lurrus. They probably chump here. They are most likely dead if they don't. Yeah. Okay, so can we deal 9? Not with the mana that we have. So we'll pass it back. Possible we were supposed to nuke the servo there to get him for 3. Uncontested. Okay, Angel going to target Weaponize, I would presume. It's going to target Lurrus. So we're going to sack. I'll see it, I think. Yeah. Protection from the color of your choice. Let's do that. Protection from white. We could just deal the extra 2 points off Weaponize to them, but then we wouldn't have a way to kill them. So they're going to try to kill this now. We'll do this. And we can actually sack our Lurrus as well to Weaponize, and they're going to scoop it up. Okay, well, that was pretty interesting. The deck works. Proof of concept. See for round 2. Okay, we're back. Opponent on the play. We have some early interaction here, so I think we keep this one. We do have Doomscar, but we don't have double white for it yet. But yeah, we got some good early interaction here, so I think we're good to keep it. Okay. Probably Sacred Foundry. Now we do have double white. I guess if we Sacred Foundry, we can't Fatal Push them, though. Which would be a nice thing to be able to do. So I think we are going to just play a swamp. Because next turn we need to play Inspiring Vantage to make sure that gets there. And I think we kill this. Gonna give us some time to think about our life, you know? Not feel like we're under a ton of pressure. So we either foretell something or replace Stitcher's Supplier. My feeling is we just foretell Doomscar, get that out of the way. Looks like a deck that Doomscar is going to be good against. The only thing that leaves us kind of open to is that we can't cast Poison the Cup next turn, but again, it seems like this is going to be alright. Alright, we've got Supplier plus Initiate in the tap land if we want that. We've got Poison the Cup on Foretell plus Initiate if we want to do that. I mean, the Supplier gives us a double block on the 2/2, which is kind of cute, and mills us a little extra, but I'm not sure that we want to make a double block like that. Not taking 2 off Sacred Foundry is pretty good, though. Okay, so let's do... I guess we'll see. We should see what we mill before we do anything, but let's do this. Okay, nothing useful there. Some lands we don't need, though. That's okay with me. Make another dude. And commit more to the board, hopefully. Let's go. Okay, we're going to take 2 here. We're at 20. We just double block here. They don't have any incentive to play any more creatures. Jeez. Okay, that's going to be a problem. Guess Command takes care of that for us. But, don't love it. Don't love it. Command plus Alseed. Yeesh. Well, we're going to take some damage this turn, I think. This is going to pump their things. We're going to chump. So the only question is, are we playing Alseed? Start by target player discards 2 damage. Target player 2 damage. Let's get that over with. Okay, I'd like to see a Ranger Vios go to the graveyard. That's alright by me. Well, I mean, theoretically we can always get Alseed back, but I think we just keep it in hand here. We're going to do some chump blocking, I think. So we don't want to take 12 or whatever, so let's do that. This is telegraphing the wrath a little bit, but it's coming down either way. Whether or not they play another creature, I think, at this point. I guess we got another chump block. Okay, yeah, they're going to commit. Oh, boy. They're going to really commit. Nice. Draw a card unless we pay 1 or whatever. Yeah, that's fine. We won't get to play all seed anyways. So, sure. Alright. So, buy ourselves some time. Ooh. Hello. Opponent just has Lurrus in their deck. That's gross. Oh boy. What else they got they can get back? Remorseful Cleric. Don't like it. So if we foretell this, we can't cast it right away. Is that correct? I guess we can find out, because I don't think we're putting Lurrus in our hand this turn anyways. But I'm fairly certain that it doesn't let you do that. Yeah, has to be on a future turn. Okay. Well, put some dudes into play. Our deck's a little bit better suited to utilize Lurrus than theirs, but, I mean, they're also playing more powerful cards than us on curve, so... this will be an interesting game. Oh, yeah, now they just get to Newgard Graveyard, too. Frig. Do we have anything in there that's worthwhile, though? Yeah, we have a bunch of stuff we'd like to get back. Yeah, that's really good. Highly unfortunate for us. Okay, they're not attacking. Dig it. Languish. We can't cast it, so that doesn't matter. And they have nothing to get back, so we can hold on to the Poison the Cup, I suppose. We only have single black, though, so we can't attack with the Knight. So... we don't get to put Lurrus in our hand, though. Unless we let them draw a card off Esper Sentinel. Well, I guess we just do this now. I want to give them extra looks at ways to protect their Lurrus, and I think we do pay for this. Even though it's costing us putting Lurrus in our hand. Lurrus is not going to be good for us, though, because their opponent's going to nuke our graveyard. Okay, we get our second black. That's pretty useful, given that we have Languish in hand. And our opponent's got a bunch of creatures. And Fight with Fire is fine, I think. Yeah, I think we want both of these. I do think we want the second black source. Also with Knight in play, Knight can actually do some pretty good work. I'm going to attack with it next turn. Our opponent's mono white. Hey, I don't know why I thought all these were swamps. Probably because they're all black. Okay, in for 2. Sure. Sure. Take our turn here. Swamp it up. Let's get in there for hopefully 4 damage. It's nice. Well, this counters that, which is good. So we're going to try for this. Hopefully I don't have another removal spell. Go protection from white. Get that giant out of here. Okay, nice. So, dude gets bigger. See if he can live. Sadly, don't get to put Lurrus in our hand again. And if we ever get to 9 mana, this is going to deal 10 damage. So that's something. Okay, in for 3. think we just cast Lurrus here. Usually you want to cast Lurrus on a turn we have mana to immediately get something back, but because they have Remorseful Cleric, that's not really an option for us. And if we try to kill the Cleric with Fight with Fire, then they draw a card off Sentinel, and our Lurrus is still bad. So I think we get in for 2 here. Oh, they also have the friggin' cave, don't they? Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, well, we can kill the cave, I guess. Also, this kills the cave, right? Just forces us to spend mana. Or maybe we just kill, yeah, let's kill the cave with this thing. Gains Death Touch. What do they got? Another giant killer or something? Yeah, okay, that's dead. Okay, so we're not doing too badly here. We're at 6, though. I know. But Lurrus kills their cleric, which is kind of cool. Assuming the cleric is going to get activated here. Yes, it is. Okay. Goodbye, graveyard. It's a sad day. Sad day for Lurrus. He's got no buddies. No buddies. This is sorcery. We are at 7 of 9. It's getting close. All right. Well, don't mind her spot here. Pump it up. Can't say I'm too disappointed in the knight. It's doing work for us. Cast out. Exile target non-land until this. Okay, yeah, Lurrus. I don't know. I wouldn't be that worried about Lurrus if I were them. Oh yeah. Okay. Gain life, get bigger. One, 2, 3. So they need another 2 white pips. So probably just fight with fire on the Sentinel. Gotta say, it's tempting to. Or wait, are they like somehow dead here? Hold on. Target creature only. Frig. Because we can hit them for 9 damage, but that's not enough. And I don't want to leave us open to just getting blasted by this. So yeah, I think we just have to play it a little bit safer. We're going to have to pay 2. That's okay. We have another land coming down. We do need black, but we have it. Black. Okay. So us or them. This is a pivotal turn here. That's a really good card. That is a really good card. That would have killed us. That would have killed us. Alright, they're at 6. We have a Weaponize and a Cave. So we can Wrath them, but we can't also activate Cave. We probably do need to Wrath them. And then what do we get? A 1/1? So piddly. Alright, well. I suppose that's what we're doing. And then next turn, this is a 3/4. We might be able to kill them next turn. Yeah, because we would attack them for 1. And with this, I don't know. I think we got to languish here, though, because otherwise we're taking 2. They're going to 8. That's getting bigger. We're just going to want to kill it anyways. I guess we've caved to actually block it, though. Maybe we don't need to languish here. Yeah, I guess we don't need to languish here. Play a little defense. I think that makes more sense. Maybe I'm wrong. But I don't think it sets us up to kill them next turn. I guess actually maybe we are supposed to do this because if they do find okay, well I think this just probably kills them, right? We're 1 mana short to do it this turn, but yeah, I think we should create the devils. Create them devils, and they won't be able to gain life because we can sacrifice 4 damage. Burning down the house. Anybody? Talking heads? Yes, that is what that card does. Go into attacks. Go to blocks. Give lifelink. So, is there any reason why we just want to kill the apparition here instead of going face with the damage? Yeah, there's probably some reason I want to do that. So we still have lethal right here. Give that 1/1 to us. Nice. Destroy all. Okay. So if I dealt the damage to them, would they have been dead? No, they would have been at 1. And we have the dragon anyways. Okay. GG's. On to the next. See for round 3. Alright, it's possible we're getting a little bit lucky here, seeing Doomscar in our opener every game, but I'm going to keep on keeping on. If our opponent's not playing aggro, obviously, excuse me, this hand's not as good, but looking at a mountain there makes me feel alright. So I think we play our tap duel here. We have nothing we want to cast. Ideally, we don't want to play Malakir Rebirth as a land if we don't need to, because it's got some value with Lurrus. Alright, so now we either foretell Blood Artist, or foretell Doomscar or cast Blood Artist. Probably foretell Doomscar. This Blood Artist is not going to do much for a little while here. So let's go ahead and do that. Plus, foretell can't get countered by most conventional counter spells, which is something we're aware of. Our opponent's got blue mana up. And for the same reasons, I think we just put Lurrus in our hand. Opponent's not going to pressure us. We don't need to feel the need to do anything. Of course, they're saying the same thing about us. We're not doing anything. Grim Lavamancer, not a banger in this spot. Casting Lurrus doesn't seem great here. Opponent holding up 4. Could be a lot of things. Don't think we need to play Lurrus without a real reason to. So, yeah, I guess we'll start with a Lavamancer, see what that does. Okay, opponent's got no counter spells. It's good to know. Play Blood Artist, because why not? And I guess that'll be it for us. They did have something they wanted to do there, because they paid 2 life for that Godless Shrine. Maybe a removal spell of some kind. I'll see it. That's a good one. We know they don't have a counter spell. They could have multiple removal spells. We do need double red. So, yeah, if we're playing this Blight Step pathway, it's going to be as a black land. So I think we'll do that this turn. See if we can get all seed into play. And now they have effects. They're gonna contempt our Blood Artist. Sure. Alright, well I think we get Lurrus down here. If they have a Wrath, we have an answer to it. And if they have targeted removal, we'll just have to gauge whether or not we want to use Alseid or use Rebirth. But if they tap out for Wrath here, we're doing fine. If they tap out for like something busted, then we're gonna be a little sad. It's really intense artwork on this card. What is this? The realms crash together with Bredegard at the center. So very intense. Alright. Angel of Invention. That's a card. Can't do nothing about that. Opponent is not going to appreciate a bunch of devils, though. So that might be our next move. We could protect Lurrus from red and nuke, but then we're shields down. Wish we could just swing with Lurrus with the Alseid backup, but it's not really an option for us. If we could get some cards in the graveyard, we could Grim Lavamancer. But I think we're just going burn down the house, dig in for 3 here. I'm in the same spot as last turn, where if they have a Wrath, we have a response to it, and if they have a targeted removal spell, we also have a response to that. So they're just going to take 3 here, which is admirable. So we need to find Weaponize. That'd be real nice. Or like any spell that goes into the graveyard. Ideally not Doomscar or Malakir Rebirth, though. So we can shoot the Angel with Grim Lavamancer, and then we can start pressuring them a little bit more. Potentially. Well, that screams Wrath to me. But I think we gotta take it here. Maybe we should have left 1 devil back. Maniform Healthkite. Okay. That's good. And we might be wrathing. Man, but they have a counterspell. It's not good for us. And we have to, like, kind of spew our Malakir Rebirth. Yeah, should have left 1 devil back. That was silly. We'll definitely do that this turn. Huh. Can't recast Alseid if we do go for the Wrath, which is a little concerning. So we're shields down again. Double white's a bit of a tough situation for us there. We can recast the Lavamancer though. We'll have a little bit of food for it. I don't see how we're beating this Maniform Hellkite, so I think we got to go for it. But man, if they have a counterspell, it's going to be the worst. I don't... I mean, they didn't before. They've had a couple turns to find it, but... Okay, they don't have it. We get to cast Lavamancer and Initiate this turn. So we'll make sure we tap properly for that. Or maybe they have... oh, okay. Yep. Yep. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Why they didn't have that before. Or why, yeah. Why we weren't seeing that before, because we weren't casting anything big enough. Okay, so that's where the old turn stop thing can get you. All right, so we're shields down, kind of. Not really. We've got All Seed to protection, and we've got Lavamancer to kill stuff. But we have no way to deal with this Hellkite, and we lost our Rebirth for nothing. So we're in trouble. But on the bright side, the Lavamancer's online, and that's always good. It's always good. Okay. I think we're just dead. But might as well try this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Damn. Well, that was nice. So that game, yeah, we just needed that Wrath to stick, and unfortunately they had the counterspell. Pretty standard for the control deck to have that at that point in the game. And yeah, otherwise their threats lined up pretty well against our plan of sort of nickel and diming. Our deck's a little bit better against creature-based decks with, you know, smaller creatures, whereas their threats were a little bit bigger. But I mean, if we'd drawn the black spell, Poison the Cup, we would have been right there. So it's a close game. Okay, we're on the play. We got all 3 colors in mana, and I think we're gonna go with it. Haven't been on the play yet this draft, I don't believe. So, see what our opponent does. I imagine we're just playing Mikaeus on 2. Start buffing it. Okay, doesn't give us very much information at all. Like, if Mikaeus dies again, like, you know, we're fairly likely to be able to get it back at some point. I don't think it's worth not playing any spells. But we are shields down if they want to kill our All-Seed, and they do. Yep, fair enough. Alright, Kolaghan's Command. Probably want to wait till I actually have creatures in play. Little mana inefficient to just play Blood Artist here, though. So maybe we just put Lurrus in our hand. And probably grow Mikaeus. Put Lurrus in our hand. I guess we could have done this end of their turn or whatever, but it shouldn't matter. But it would against potentially a deck we want to block, but I don't think you're blocking with Mikaeus very much. Yeesh. Okay. Well, at least we can kill that with command. Get our All-Seed back if we want. Man, Skyclave Apparition, that's a good card. That is a good one. I'd rather save command to get Lurrus back. That's the only thing. So maybe we just cast Lurrus this turn, cast All-Seed. If it dies, I would love to be able to protect it with All-Seed. But I also want to spend all of our mana this turn. So, like, white's got a lot of exile effects. But feels like we got a window here. least we get a little bit of value back. If worst case scenario, if they are able to just straight up exile it, because like we have Fight with Fire, so if they play like Brutal Cathar or the Angel or whatever, not that they have enough mana to do the Angel, but like if they do have a way to do this, we probably have a way to get rid of it. Choose blockers. Whenever a non-token creature dies. Yeah. Well, we can kill that with command. I think we block here. Gain a life. Get it back anyways. Poison the cup. Decent. Decent. Okay, we got Blood Artist. We've got All Seed, and we probably just pass. Put those up. They probably won't want to do anything. Would like to foretell this as well, but I think we need to protect our investment a little bit here. I think, anyways. I don't want them to get too much value out of this Reaper. That's the only thing. Yikes! Here they come. Well, I guess they're enticing us to block with the All Seed here. Could just block with Blood Artist. Get it right back next turn. That's probably what we do. Yeah, because this still triggers. Strains our mana a little bit, but... Ew, it targets. Opponent plays Plains. And Birth of Meletus. Yes, that resolves. Get a Plains to hand, get an 0/4, gain 2 life. No problem. Not bad with Lurrus. Welcoming Vamp. That is a card we don't like. That'll be going down. Don't want to give them more cards though. Whenever one or more creatures enter the battlefield. Right. And these are both instants. So I guess we kill the Reaper first. And then... Oh, no, this is sorcery. So we'll kill the Reaper with this. And if they go to cast another creature, we'll kill the vampire in response. So we're not gonna cast Blood Artist this turn, unfortunately. We could swing with Lurrus, and that seems like good value because then if they block, we just get to kill it, and we can All Seed to protect it or whatever, and then we get the All Seed back. So I like this move. Unlikely they're gonna want to block here. Okay. And then we will just hold up Poison the Cup. Okay, they make an 0/4. Oh. Right. They make an 0/4. Okay, well, my logic was a little flawed there. Cathar's Crusade. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, put a 1 counter on each creature. Nasty. Sure. Yeah, I mean, I think we just take it. Well, I mean, we want to kill this with poison, but I don't think we want to block with All Seed. It's ideally they don't have a removal spell, and we get to get back Blood Artist next turn. Village Rites. V Rites. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we can gain some life. Could make them discard, but that's kind of bad. We destroy an artifact, which this is one. That's kind of useful. We can just kill both their creatures with this. And have Blood Artist and have All Seed up. Love it. Love it. What does this do? Gain 2 life? Who cares? Okay, cool. Destroy target artifact, 2 damage. Destroy target artifact, 2 damage. And I guess we want to hold up black. For village rights purposes. Gimme. Yeah, get that sweet 1/1. Alright. Like our spot here. Opponent goes to 8. There might be something busted they can do with this thing, though. They can make, like, several tokens. Yes, just like that. When this cost is paid, put that many 1/1 counters. Alright. Make a bunch of decayed tokens. I guess they can only do it once. But 2 for each time, yep. Gross. Gross. They can't block, though. So... do we want a village rights right now? Opens up Lurrus to getting killed, so I don't think so. I think we just sack the token here. We could sack Blood Artist and get it back. But the token's not really doing anything. I don't want to open ourselves up to having something horrible happen. Fatal Push. Yeah, that does work. Okay. And these things can't block. So let's try that. Alright, opponent gonna scoop it up. I don't think they were dead, but maybe they were, because we can sack the LC and then get it back and sack it again. Alright, nice. On to the next. Alrighty, we are back. We're on the play. We've got a nice 1-drop here, and then turn 2, probably Lavamancer Inquisition. So yeah, it's a good aggro hand. Doomscar maybe not the best here, but hopefully that's not going to matter. Hopefully we're just going to get to beat down a little bit here. Tap duel for the opponent. Untapped duel for us. Lavamancer Inquisition. Oh boy, a lot of good stuff here. I think we just have to get rid of Thief of Sanity, though. That's going to be the one that just crushes us. Disdainful Stroke we can hopefully play around. Banishing Light's going to be annoying as well, but I think the Thief, we just don't have any way to remove it, so we got to get rid of it. This is a good card. Yeah, opponent's got some spice for sure. Our Doomscar is not going to be very good here. Bears repeating. So we can put Lurrus in hand or deal them some damage. I feel like we'll have time to put Lurrus in hand on a future turn. Should just deal damage while we can here. And this is just going to die this turn, I think, to Banishing Light anyways. Yeah. Okay, Blood Artist, not bad. And we could Foretell. This is going to be a tough one to win, I think. In for one. What do you got? Nothing. Alright. Well, we'll put Lurrus in her hand then. Doesn't seem like what we're doing really matches up against what they're doing, though. Their cards are pretty splashy and big. Our cards are pretty scrappy and small. Okay, opponent puts 2 cards in their hand, and they've got a full grip. Elite Spellbinder. Look at target player's hand. You may exile an on-land card. Costs 2 more to cast. Does that mean Disdainful Stroke works on Lurrus? Is that what that means? I'm assuming that is what that means. Not that we can do anything. I'm going to look that up real quick. Okay, according to the internet, it does not change the mana value. I feel like that's wrong, though. Clearly. Casting cost modified this turn. Casting cost modified. It doesn't say mana value modified. It says casting cost modified. Guys, I really don't know. Do we even care? If we cast Lurrus, what does that even do? Hardly anything at all. But we're also not doing anything, so we should probably cast it. Well, I just kind of want to see if this works. Okay, it did work. It did work. Okay, so Lavamancer. Doubtful they're blocking with their 3/1 flyer. So let's get in. If they want to trade, we're not going to replay it because we want to hold up Rebirth, which they know we have. Siphon Insight. Look at the top 2 cards. Exile face down. You may cast. Okay. Hopefully they're lands. This is a card I'm just going to have to keep reading. Silumgar's Command. Like, no way I can remember what this does. Disdainful Stroke. They've got Deluge. They can't cast yet. They've got Siphon Insight on flashback. They've got a 3/1 flyer. We're not doing too badly, considering I don't think this is a good matchup. Land. It's not very good. Alright, well now we can get in with the Lavamancer. That's about all we can do. I think we play our lands out. Does this make you discard? No. They're going to bounce it? Siphon Insight. Okay, sure. Keep looking at the top of our deck here. This card feels icky to have it done to you, you know? I'm not sure if it's that good. It's probably a little bit better in Cube because people play a lot of good cards in Cube, but because like Gonti's really good, so maybe this card's decent. It certainly feels bad to have played against you. Doomscar, why? Why can't you be good in this matchup? Opponent's got all the time in the world. And we actually really want to find Stitcher's Supplier. Or we would like for our opponent to start milling us somehow. That'd be nice. Okay, so they gotta have their 7th land here. They don't know we have Doomscar. It's possible they get a little irresponsible if they have like Hullbreaker Horror or something. They leave it open to getting scarred. That'd be cool. No attacks. Cool. I'm good with all that. Mazebind Tome, that can get countered. But that's okay, because we can just play it again. So let's swing for 1. One's going to block. One's not going to block. Taking 1. They think about doing something here. Okay, Silumgar's command, bounce the Lavamancer, kill the Lurrus. Don't like that one bit. So let's try this. They know we have it, so it wouldn't surprise me if they have something that can beat it. Opponent's gonna take 1 off Blood Artist. Lurrus is back. Lavamancer's back. Mazebind Tomb's gonna be in play. Yeah. And we have a Lavamancer activation if we want. Oh no, we don't, because it's got Summoning Sickness. Okay, so we're shields down, but I don't hate how that went for us. All right, Lurrus is gonna die, I think, unless there's something on top that's good. Nope. Blood Artist coming up big for us though, getting that damage in. Love to see it. And Lavamancer is down again. No. All right. And the race is on here. Just get a Kolaghan's command. That'd be dope. In the case, it's not bad. Okay, so this will be 4 greater if we exit too high. So we don't want to do that. So we want this to be x equals 2 only. So I think we can definitely just draw a card here. See what's on top. Another land. Love it. Looks like they've got something. And this triggers off all creatures. Yeah. So, theoretically, if our opponent ends up putting a couple creatures in play, we could... Okay, they just had the clue there. We could kill them with the Blood Artist triggers off Doomscar. So maybe Doomscar will end up doing something. Can't imagine this Machias is going to live. Opponent with 5 in the grip and 1 that they stole from us. Oh god. It's like not that bad for us. Village rights. Okay. Nice. I think this is a trade to make. Deal them 1. Deal them 2. Get rid of their clock. And probably fire this off too. There might be more stuff we can do this turn. Okay, nice. Nice. Alright. That was a good use of memory lapse for sure. Alright, and they mill us. Yeah, nice. Oh, man, come on. Weaponize had to be right there, right? Let's give me a Kolaghan's command. Let's get it going. Champ, yep. It's a close game, really close game. If they play another creature, we can potentially kill them with Doomscar. I get that they're not a creature-y deck, but just keeping that in mind. Hey, there we go. Except they're going to take our Blood Artist, so that doesn't work. That don't work. And they also have Disdainful Stroke, or no? Is that gone now? That's gone. Search for Skanta. Yep. So that's going to flip. Yeesh. Okay, well. Man, that was a good Skyclave apparition. Let's get a Lurrus somehow. Well, I think there's not... I mean, they can replay Champion. Is there a better time than now to just fire off this Doomscar? Kolaghan's command still in the deck. Still in the deck. You draw for each land they mill. Okay, so they didn't draw last turn. Man, I don't know. I think we do fire it off here. I don't think it's getting any better. We get a 1-1. We get to play another 1-1. They're at 4. Or oh, it's 2-2 because it was a 2-drop, right? Yeah, I think this is pretty good. Don't mill the command. Don't mill the command. Just don't mill that command. Ooh, burn down the house would have been sick. Guess they've got a Skanta. We're in big trouble here. Doomscar. Sure. Seems like a good one. Make a Thopter or whatever. Do whatever you want. Okay, well, we're in big trouble here. Yeah, that's not a card we need. Ah, man, this game was close. I wonder if there's... You let me know in the comments if there's anything we could have done differently. So we can... Oh, Valky too? Yeah, getting some good hits. We can kill a Thopter and Scry. Try and find something. We're getting pretty low on resources here. I'm not even certain. I guess what we would do is command them for 2, get Lurrus back, play Lurrus. That's 6 mana. Play Weaponize, sack Lurrus, and kill them. Okay, so we can win. Oh, but not if they do that. We need a creature to kill so we can scry. Alright, well they're gonna give us that. And okay, so this is really the moment of truth here. I don't think we're gonna make it past this turn. Gotta be the command. Cave of the Frost Dragon. I mean, that's definitely not gonna kill them before Patient Rebuilding kills us, so let's get it. Come on, it's on top. I know it's on top. Fight with fire. Yeah. Okay. Let's try it. Come on. Epic. So epic. They can look for a counterspell. I don't think this is gonna go that well, but come on. Sorry, hopefully we didn't miss any gameplay there. I think I just misclicked there. Opponent took it to the chin, so we got there off a fight with fire. And we will see for the next round. That was quite the game. All right, folks, we are back. We're going first. Got a nice little hand here. Supplier on 1, artist on 2, probably. Maybe Maze Mind Tome, actually. See what happens. We're definitely keeping. And might take a couple damage off Foundry to get Mikaeus down. All right, so getting some Lurrus fodder in the graveyard. Opponent potentially on red aggro. Potentially. So, do we want to Maze Mind Tomb here or not? Yeah, I think it's a fine time to get this started. I mean, the problem is that we're not going to have much mana to put into this. Maybe we want to wait then? Maybe we do want to wait. Maybe we want to get stuff into play. Because next turn we're going to want to play, I guess, Mikaeus as a 2/2. Or we just play Mikaeus as a 1/1 here. Start growing it. Getting Bloodharvest down doesn't really do a ton. Okay, let's get some creatures in play, actually. I think we get Mikaeus down, start growing it. Pass the turn. We don't want to attack. We want to be able to block here. We're assuming we're on the defensive. I mean, that could be control. Until I see a color other than red, I'm assuming we're on defense here, because the red decks are pretty darn scary when they get going. Every life point matters a whole lot against them. Okay, Lava Runner, so it does look like an aggro deck. And we will remember that Mikaeus is instant speed. We could put Lurrus into our hand, which would be a good thing to do on curve here. I will say that. Because the next turn we could like double spell. We play Lurrus, get something back. Yeah, so we should probably do that here. Don't hate playing Blood Artist there either, though, because if our creatures go down, then at least we gain a little bit of life. But I think mana efficiency is also very important. Opponent goes for whatever this thing is. 3 mana, 3/3 haste. When Terrell's Disciple attacks, conjure 4 lightning bolts into your library. Okay. Cool. Well, 3 mana, 3/3 haste is pretty nice. Do we want to trade 2 of our creatures for that? We could do it. We could do it right now. And we could play Lurrus and get back Stitcher's Supplier. We'd mill a boatload of stuff. Or get back Knight, which is actually not bad on this board. Of course, we wait a turn. Every time this attacks, they get 4 lightning bolts in their deck. That's eventually going to get pretty good. Jeez. Probably just want to trade with this now. Also, taking damage is fairly bad. Maybe we hit some more fodder. Well, the good news is we don't have to spend some life on Sacred Foundry. We can play Lurrus and play Knight. Knight is better because it blocks Lava Runner. Make sure we tap properly here. And then maybe next turn we get to play Valky. That hopefully slows them down a little bit. but it's fairly likely they're going to have a way to kill Lurrus. We can get it back. Yep, there he goes. Goblin Banneret, no attacks though. Okay, weaponize the monsters. Is in hand. So, could play Weaponize, Blood Artist, hold up Weaponize. To which we could sacrifice Blood Artist to kill Goblin Banneret. If they pump it. We're at 20. I think that's the move. I think that's better than getting Lurrus back. To get back, like, Supplier or whatever. We can start to control their board a little bit. I think we want to do that. Plus it gives us a little bit of an opportunity to gain some life. Gives us a little bit of play against the various things they're trying to do. If they try to remove our creatures, we get to kill some of their stuff. If they invest mana in Goblin Banneret, we get to kill it. Yeah, I like this play a lot. Of course, if they do nothing, that's also a win, because anytime their red deck is not dealing damage to you, it's a good time. Okay, well, didn't want to see that one. Didn't want to see that one at all. So, okay, everybody in. Okay, well, man, that's gross. So we get to block the Banneret and probably take 6 here, because we need to kill this Glorybringer. And Blood for Bones does not help us do that. So we have to sack both our creatures. Yeah, and it's got to be the Banneret over the Lavamancer. And at least Blood Artist will help our life total a little bit. Yep, pass it back to us here. This lane comes into play tapped. We try to spike something off Maze Mind Tomb, but I think that's pretty risky. I'll just get him for 1. Because if we let them... If we pass it back to them, and they exert Glorybringer, then we still get to kill it. We don't get to block. If they don't exert Glorybringer, then we get to block and kill it. So it actually does save us damage to not attack here, theoretically. And us getting it for 1 point really does not matter. So the only question is, like, can they pump their Glorybringer somehow to make this bad for us? And I don't believe they can in mono red, so I'm going to pass it back. Okay, opponent's going to attacks. See what they want to do here. Assuming this is going to be an exert. Okay, so we saved ourselves a couple damage here. We are gonna kill this thing though, and maximize our life gain by sacrificing the knight first. I mean, drawing something like the Grim Initiate would be real nice here. You could actually get some value. Blood for Bones, they get Lurrus back, get something else back. Gain control of the board once for all. Okay. So, what does that leave us? This is 5 to activate. So, unless we want to sit back and do literally nothing, we shouldn't do that. So, it's Maze Mine Tomb, and I think we just activate Maze Mine Tomb. We might want double black if we draw Poison the Cup. So, yeah, let's pay with these. Okay, just a land on top. Alright, well, we're in a little bit of trouble here. Opponent can Lavamancer us. Man, Kolaghan's Command would be nice. Get Tybalt back and then cast it as a Planeswalker. That'd be pretty cool. Okay, so we got Lavamancered. They gotta have just a bunch of lightning bolts at this point, right? Yep, there's one. Okay, so we need to find something right away. That's something. That is indeed something. Yeah. See what's on top first. Okay. Fortunately, a lot of their stuff has haste naturally, so. But, I mean, I don't think there's any world where you don't just fire that off right there. Okay, opponent doesn't have a creature. That's nice. Languish. Not bad. Lands. Okay, we get Cave of the Frost Dragon. I think we just hold it back. Try to block if they do land something that's hasty, like a Ferocidon or something. Or, no, Ferocidon doesn't have haste. Glorybringer's dead. There's some stuff. Earthshaker, Kenra. Certainly some stuff. Just going upstairs. I respect it. I mean, we are dead to a lightning bolt now. Inquisition. Man. Come on, Maze Mine Tomb. Ugh. Man. Well, we know this is going to find nothing. Be funny if they do have something like Fight with Fire. Okay. Doesn't deal face damage, but at least we got a card out of them. Still don't want to attack, especially not now. We're at 2. Lightning Bolt. Wait a minute, how are we at 6 again? What happened there? Maybe I'm getting tired and I'm not seeing what our life total is. Okay, this has Menace, so the dragon thing does not work against it, but language kills it, so that's okay. Village Rights. Not doing it for me. I mean, if we'd been attacking them with the dragon, they'd be going to 8 here. They're top decking. We're at 6. I think we could start doing that. Land. It's definitely like a lightning bolt. And they're like, should I fire it off or should I hold it? Oh, we're just dead. Well, that's a card I did not think about. We would have lived if we'd not attacked. So that is my fault. That feels bad. All right, see you for that. And we're back. Opponent goes first. And we got a decent hand here. Turn 1 Inquisition, turn 2 Mikaeus. Go from there. Dig it. Another potential red aggressive deck here. Turn 1 Inquisition hopefully will do some work for us. Okay. Warkite Marauder. Whenever this attacks, somebody becomes an 0-1. Time Warp. Okay, so they're a deck. Not that red's not a deck, but They're not an aggro deck. How worried are we about Pyromancer? They can discard lands to it, which is good. They can, they can also just exile it from their graveyard to get 2/1/1s later in the game. That's kind of annoying. I think I want to get rid of the Marauder just to preserve our life total. That could be wrong. The Pyromancer has not impressed me a ton in my own experience with it, so we'll see. So they don't have any straight up removal that we're aware of, so I think we just get Mikaeus going. Oops. And if it should die or get countered, we have the command to get it back. Okay, Pyromancer in. Pitching. Opt and Time Warp. Getting some dudes. Yeah, that's pretty sick. Pitching Opt is pretty nice. Alright. Foul Play is a sorcery. So we probably just want to get Lurrus into her hand. We're able to block the elementals with Mikaeus, so we'll take most will take us 3 this turn, and we'll get to eat an elemental. That's not too bad. I guess we'll take most we can take is 4 if they just kill Mikaeus, but and that looks like that's what they're gonna do. Yep. Alright, Mikaeus down. We're taking 4. Maybe I was supposed to kill this. I mean, we can just kill it now. And we're only taking 2. They got a clue. They got a card draw spell. So we got time. Don't see a reason to use Kolaghan's command, I don't think. We could nuke their clue and kill their Pyromancer, I guess would be the play there. It's kind of a 2-for-1 because they used the card to make that clue. I think we can do better. I think we'll just kill the Pyromancer. Kind of regretting not taking that, so we'll remember that for the future. Although, I mean, they would be beating us down with a Warkite Marauder. We would have taken a bunch of damage off that, so still a good choice. In for 2 here. Let's remember to crack our clue. Looks like they're just holding up to either play Seasoned Pyromancer or Illumination. We drew Alseid, which is a pretty nice one. I would like to get some value off this Lurrus. But it's probably too risky. We can get value off of it next turn, assuming it lands at all here. Okay, it does. Should have played Alseid first, actually. This is silly. Getting a little tired here. Apologize. Alright, pass turn. So we stand to gain some life here at some point. I'm going to draw 2. And passing the turn. Okay, so we get village rights, but then that's shields down with Lurrus, so I don't think we want to do that. Fight with fire is not a bad one to see. Could swing with Lurrus. We'd have to use all seed to push that through. If they just double block, which does leave us shields down. Of course, we have Kolaghan's command to get it back, but that's a whole thing. So, yeah, that's probably not worth it. I think we just go Macias from the yard, holding up, I guess, village rights. Oh, we can only... Really? Okay. We can only play it for X equals 1. Very interesting. Okay. I was thinking we had a choice there, but we don't. Macias is back, baby. Okay, so command. Not really doing it here. But yeah, we were not able to replay the all seed, so yeah, we're just going to pass it back. Passing it back. So, if they have like Hullbreaker Horror. Oh, God. Yep. Okay. That's good. Like, these types of spells, our deck's not very well suited to compete with, as you've seen. Wish we'd not punted that game against Mono Red. Mono Red's kind of like our natural prey. So I think we could have probably won that game if I'd played it a little more conservative. We at least had a chance. I don't know. They could have just drawn like Bolt or whatever, but we had a chance. Midnight Clock. That's probably worth killing. That's definitely worth killing. Wish we could kill them both. But it's going to have to be the Immortal Sun that's going down. Maybe we can get them to swing into us here. Oh, yeah, and their spells cost less. Jeez. Okay. Come on in. Coming in for 2? Come in for 2. What's 2? What's 2 damage? Nothing. Okay. Well, I guess we want to hit their hand then. And I'm thinking we're also casting Village Rights this turn on Alseid. The Immortal Sun. I have not seen this one in a while. That's a nice card. All right. We are casting Village Rights. Trying not to use a timeout here. Okay, we used a timeout. Sacking Alseid. I was trying to look up if when they seek, does it come out of the deck or is it a copy of the card? Do they have another copy of Immortal Sun in their deck? It's something I don't know anything about. All right. So, I guess let's see what we mill here. Some good stuff. Probably, again, just want Alseid. We could attack with Lurrus. If they double block, Macias can save Lurrus and make it bigger. Gaining life is pretty good for us. Dealing with their board's pretty good. Making Lurrus bigger is pretty good. I do have an appetite for that. We should have probably played Alseid first, though. Definitely should have played I'll See It first. Tiredness getting the better of me here. Okay, so now we just play I'll See It to have protection. And I guess Cave, because it comes in tapped. Okay, sounds good. Opponents probably got some stuff up their sleeve here. We've got a Blood Artist in the graveyard, though. Okay, and this is a 2/2. Mazemine Tome, not bad. Not bad at all. Alrighty, I think we're in for a Blood Artist here. They can activate the Pyromancer if they want, right? Because this makes a mana, this makes a mana. But that doesn't let them kill Lurrus. Does let them kill Stitcher Supplier, though. If they wanted to double block on that. Be like mildly okay with that. They probably just block with Egg anyways. Okay, cool. So, do we activate Cave or do we play Mazemine Tomb, draw a card? Thinking we play the Tomb here. Since our opponent's at 20. Although they're effectively at 10. Lurrus, baby. I'm really enjoying this deck. Not sure that we're going to get there this game, but it's a fun deck to pilot and lots of interesting gameplay. Very different feel to it than your typical limited deck, that's for sure. So anytime I see a Lurrus, I'm partial to trying to make it happen. Alright, they're going to make 2 1/1s here. Good for them. Whoa. Okay, Prismari Command coming in. Destroy target artifact, deal 2 damage to any target. Yeah. Suppose we're letting that happen. Because we can't counter it by sacrificing, so yeah. Get the damage in. Man, kicked Fight with Fire, though. Winning that one game was pretty dope. Hopefully we get to do that this game as well. Pretty nice. Okay, our Lurrus has been bested, and our opponent's got an Ashmouth Dragon, so not looking good for us here. We do have the Fight with Fire to deal with it, but we're going to need to find some other stuff pretty quickly here. Blood for Bones being the one I'm thinking of. Does this work? I think so. That's pretty gross. Wow. It's very gross. Okay. The race is back on, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Fight with fire. Can we do it? Can we do it? Okay, opponent's passing the turn. We're just staring at lands here. So we're... I mean, I'd be surprised if this dragon doesn't die this turn, but I think we just go for it. What else are we doing? Oh. All right, let's go. Let's go. They're gonna pump up the midnight clock, so they're gonna get a look at. They're gonna get a look at a fresh 7 here. So it again is gonna be kind of difficult. Oh, they have to spend mana at least. I mean, the nice thing about Fight with Fire is they're probably not expecting it. So maybe they'll spend the mana and commit some stuff to the board. Like, do we even go for it? Because they could pretty easily, like, draw a new 7 and find the counterspell in response, right? They're kicking a Fight with Fire on us. Okay. I see. You didn't want to let that one go. So now they get a fresh 7. Midnight Clock goes to exile. Shuffle your graveyard. Fading Hope. Nothing in here. That I don't think they can counter this. Yeah, they don't have any blue. Well, that's hilarious. I'd like to choose one target only, please. Yeah. All right. On to the next. Alrighty, we go first. Decent looking hand here. Unfortunately, we don't have black on turn 1. This might be a mulligan. We don't get to do anything until turn 2. Yeah, this might be a mulligan. Operating a turn behind the entire game. I think it is. Yeah, I think I like this a little bit better. Turn 1 Lavamancer, turn 2 Mikaeus. We'll just put Village Rites back, I guess, or Blood for Bones. I think we want the effect of Blood for Bones, though. Especially with Weaponize in hand, this could be like our main path to victory. So having Lurrus able to come back is going to be pretty important, even though we don't have the mana for it. Opponent maybe sitting on an opt here. Ooh. Spectral Sailor. Blocks. Okay, so they think we're an aggro deck. That's good for us. That's good news. Joke's on them. We are a grindy deck. So are they. Well, we don't have black yet. That's a little annoying, but yeah, let's put Lurrus in hand, I guess. And say go. Make sure we pump our Mikaeus. Okay, surveils a land to the graveyard. Land number 3, no plays this turn for them. Fatal Push that we can't cast. Well, are we going for this or what? They probably just counter it, right? Or remove it somehow. If they counter it, that's really good. If they remove it, at least we get our Grim Lavamancer back, which is not all that exciting. Huh. This figure doesn't do it. Mikaeus protects it that way. I'm really not sure. I think we just have to pressure them. I don't think sitting around doing nothing doesn't seem good to me, so if they counter it, they counter it. Otherwise, we're just, I guess, playing weaponized and passing the turn. Alright, it's countered. I don't think we attacked them with Mikaeus. Oh, we should have played. That was so silly. Should have played weaponized there. That's my fault. Wasted a mana. Okay. Well, I don't like our spot here very much. I think it was correct to play Lurrus there, but obviously you should have played weaponized. But, you know, they had the counter on time, which is fairly common for a deck with selection and stuff like this. Mikaeus might be going down here. And we're a little bit color screwed as well. If we can find a swamp, we have to sack Mikaeus, but might be worth it. Of course, to get this spell countered is very, very backbreaking. Yeah, our deck's just kind of not really doing it. Okay, do we start clocking them? It's tricky, because, I mean, they can essentially just deal with this whenever they want to. But sitting around making it bigger also doesn't really do anything. So, yeah, I think it's probably fine to attack. If they have exactly -3/-3, that's a bad choice for us, but it's more likely they've got a bounce spell or something that just straight up destroys it. So gotta put some pressure on them to do something. Otherwise, they're just gonna win. But yeah, as it stands, I mean, I don't know how we get out of this one. They've got a lot of card advantage, and we don't. We don't black mana. But hey. Stranger things have happened. We've killed 2 opponents with kicked fight with fires, so I wasn't expecting to see that very much. Okay, opponents spinning their wheels. I mean, they're giving us time, but we're also giving them time. Foretell. Okay. Something good. That is just about the worst. Well, would our opener have been better? Probably. But we didn't know that they were a slow deck. Against a fast deck, that opener would not have been very good. But yeah, it probably would have been pretty good. We would have been able to Inquisition them. Have actual black mana to cast our spells. Yeah, it would have been a little better. Yeesh. Okay, well, every now and again you just have a game like this. Not a whole lot we can do. I still think it was correct to mulligan. Our deck's not going to give us any black mana. There's not a lot we can do. Also, we haven't had mana troubles this entire draft, so we were due for a game like this. Given that we're playing pretty much straight up 3 colors. So this flips now. Yep. It's funny, the Wraths, when the Wraths are good, they're amazing, and when they're bad, they're literally dead. Like, when is a Wrath ever going to matter against a deck like this? Especially Languish. If they're going to play creatures, they're going to be big. Well, hey, they're almost at Fight with Fire territory, and we almost have 9 mana, so that's a thing. Maybe they play a Shock Land, and we just kill them. Memory Deluge. Get a couple nice ones. Oh yeah, there you go. Well, Languish is not the worst against this card, but we're 2 black sources away, so yeah, that certainly doesn't help our cause. Well, kind of does, I guess. If we draw a swamp, we can kill this thing. Flashback Deluge. Deluge. Well, bit of an anticlimactic ending for us, unfortunately. I apologize for punting the game against Mono Red. That was irresponsible. Maybe we'd still be in the draft, but fun deck, super fun deck. So if you're ever interested in drafting a deck like this is, I think, a pretty good example of how one works, and got us to 5, got our entry fee back. So yeah, if you have any questions, please do leave a comment. If you like what you see here, hit that thumbs up button. Hit subscribe if you want to see some more videos from me, and support the channel. I do appreciate it very much. And we'll be back with hopefully some more cube content, and I'm going to try to record if and when I'm able to play in the decathlon final cube thing. I'll be recording that as well. So yeah, not too bad. Got the 4,000 gold back. Had a fun time there with Lurrus. We'll see you for the next one. Bye for now.